Hello, and welcome to All I Do Is Fail. I am your host, Tom Elwes, and I'm in the studio today, not with Mr. Ali Woods, who has decided to swan off to sunny Barcelona. Can you believe it?
Ooh.
I know, a man of his skin complexion is surely basically a trip to Dignitas, but, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, but we plough on, ladies and gentlemen, and we are honoured, instead of Ali Woods, to be joined by the fantastic Kate Barron.
Woo! Yay! Thanks for having me back.
Yes, thank you.
I
thank
like
you.
this. Fuck Ali. Maybe I should just do it with you.
Yeah, exactly. Who needs him? Who needs Mr. Woods?
I don't even know her. Does she even go here? No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. No,
Fuck
she doesn't.
her.
We're also got Phoebe in the house. Hello, Phoebe.
Yay.
Yay. How are you doing?
I'm good. I had an all right week. It was Valentine's Day.
Did you do anything for it?
Well, I have a baby.
I know.
So I didn't gig. That was...
Yeah, I mean, oh, right. Okay, so your gift was like, I will be here to parent my child.
Yeah.
To give you some time off.
And then maybe had a glass of wine. But
I thought you were going to say like a blowjob or some sex.
No, come on, I've got a child. Don't be ridiculous. I don't do any of that. Yeah, so I've got a baby, so yeah, it was very tame.
Yeah, fair.
Did get flowers.
Oh, from who?
No, I mean, I got my partner flowers.
Oh, okay. I was like, you got flowers.
Yeah.
I didn't even get flowers from my boyfriend. He's very like, he would rather give me flowers on the 13th and the 15th, but specifically just be like, no, I'm not doing the 14th. Fucking.
He's a stick it to the man.
He is like, this is a made up holiday, blah, 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 blah. Shaking his fist at an angry cloud like that.
That's good if you're a man and you forget shit. That is, maybe I should take that on.
Yeah, I think it is such a bullshit excuse.
Yeah,
And then he goes,
100%.
on principle, I don't do this. And your birthday.
Yeah. The Patreon backers will know, but I'll give you my one pro tip. I didn't actually do it this year, but in previous years with people who weren't my current partner, who, whatever, this is my pro tip for Valentine's Day. Okay, so flowers at a florist, that's going to cost you between 70 and 100 quid for
I'm
roses.
so nervous to hear what you're going to say.
So what you want to do is you go to Sainsbury's, you get roses for 20 quid, you take them down to the florist down the road, pay them a fiver, they'll rewrap them really nice. Boom, you've saved yourself 35, 40 pounds.
I support that. I thought you were going to say go to a cemetery and steal some flowers. I thought that's where we were at, which also upcycling.
Yeah. Good for the environment.
Good for the environment. You can't really hate that. But that's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea.
Do you know who also has really good flowers and people use them for their weddings? And I didn't really realize this until I think my sister did it for hers. Costco. Costco has super cheap flowers and stuff.
Flowers are just flowers. They all come from Holland, regardless of where. And so florists are just putting a premium on them.
Of course they are, yeah.
So... Whatever.
But it was actually so funny on Valentine's Day to go in. I don't know where I was in Tesco or Sainsbury's, and there's just all these there's a customer service line to pay and get them wrapped and stuff. And there's just all these sad men being like, what am I doing? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Those will buy you a blowjob tonight.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, there's a lot of men. When I walked into the florist, there was a lot of men just the florist I was in, they didn't have all the prices necessarily on them. So how much is that one? They'd be like 70 quid. And how much is that one? And I'd be like,
do I love her 70 quid's worth?
Yeah, 40 quid. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting close.
Have you ever seen somebody with multiple bouquets?
Oh, I hate those people.
And but not for the same person.
No.
That's what I always think. If I see, okay. Listen to this. I heard this radio show or whatever. I don't know where it was, maybe in Canada. And they were playing, or Australia maybe, and they were playing a prank on men to try to catch them out for cheating. And they're like, hey, we're doing a Valentine's Day promotion. You won. We found your business card. And basically, we're a florist, and we're just going to send you flowers to whoever you want. And he goes, what's the catch? Do I have to give you my credit card? They're like, nope. We're a new business in the area. We're trying to promote. We hope if you like it, all you have to do is give us a name, address, and message of the card that you want. And he goes, okay. So then he's like, well, send it to Leah and just tell her I'm, sorry I miss you or whatever. And then his wife or whoever girlfriend was on the line be like, who's Leah? Who's Leah? I'm freaked out. And I was like, that is
perfect.
These men out here getting trapped. I am living for it. Are those TikTok catch a cheater people?
Okay, yeah.
Live for that.
Well, it's did you ever watch the old school show Cheaters from back in the day?
Yeah.
That was classic.
It's so good.
Why would you ever want to go on that show though? Really?
No, I mean,
because the outcome is they're always cheating. It's never a happy outcome in that show.
They actually super love you.
Yeah.
You had nothing to worry about.
Yeah. He's gay. It's fine. That's not the outcome of that show. So to go on that show and just be humiliated just doesn't seem fun to me.
But some people just don't care. They'd rather be like, I was on TV than care about. It's the same type of people who would go on those judge shows and stuff like that. I'm like, you're just airing your weird, dirty laundry. But I think, to me, I just assume most of that is fake.
I don't know. Maybe.
I assume most of it. There was I saw a TikTok where this guy was talking about how him and his friends went on every single like courtroom TV show.
Yes.
And they were just like and they were just making up like stupid like, oh, he stole my bike, so he borrowed it and lost it, he owes me $500 or whatever. And then they would go on just to be fucking idiots, and they'd be like, in other cases they would be the witness or whatever.
Okay.
Like I just kind of assume it's all like
It's all a bit bullshit. Yeah, I suppose I could see that. Phoebe, how was your Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was beautiful.
Oh.
So my
us
old
more.
housemate came back down to London.
Was it very much a Galentine's Day?
It was Galentine's.
Right.
I made her leave her boyfriend up in
Oh,
Newcastle.
I was like, wow, that's an aggressive one.
Savage. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
Leave
leave your
him for me.
boyfriend, come back to me.
I love
Anyway, yeah,
that.
no, we did beautiful things. We went charity shopping with our tote bags, and we walked around the park, and we got coffee, and
So
we went to a
whimsical.
flower shop, and we did scrapbooking.
I
See,
love that.
There's no such thing as a Ladentine's Day, you know? Boys are not messaging their mates and being
Oh my
like,
God, I thought you meant Aladdin from like Disney. I thought you meant Aladdin. I'm like,
Aladdin Day. Yeah.
I want to go to Jasmine Day.
Yeah.
Like, what is this about? I love this.
No, Aladentine's Day.
Yes,
A boys'
yeah.
day. Like,
Aladdin.
if I went to my mate, hey, it's Valentine's Day, and we're both single, do you want to go for a walk in the park? He'd be like, no, fuck off.
You didn't tell him about the scrapbooking and the thrift shopping.
Thrift shopping and the scrapbooking, you'd be like, no, you're a loser. Try and find a date on Hinge and move on.
my
But
Like,
God.
Ladentine's could be like, I don't know, FIFA.
Did you just say Valentine's?
No, Ladentine's.
Ladentine's, yeah.
Oh, I heard so many people say Valentine's Day, and I'm like, I will punch you in the mouth if you say it one more time. It is not an M.
But no, there's not people out there saying Valentine's, is there?
I heard it all the time, and I was like, does this entire country have a speech impediment that restricts people from saying Valentine's Day?
Maybe it's just an accent, though. Is it
No.
an accent?
People were like,
oh,
Valentine's.
I'm doing a Valentine's Day. Oh,
No. I don't really hang out with a lot of people who sound like that, but that sounds cool.
what's wrong with them? No. I think. Okay, fair enough. So you had a lovely day, Phoebe.
Lovely 2 days.
You had a 2-day. Oh my God.
2-day bender, baby.
Love that.
But it's all come crashing down, as I was saying.
Oh, no.
Because, well, first of all, because she's gone, but also because I have had a really bad haircut.
I thought your hair actually looked really cute when I
Yeah.
came in.
No, so
Can you stand
it's
up? Can
an
I see?
actual issue. Right, I'm going to do it on the camera.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
can see. I got my undercut done finally.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get my undercut done for like ages. I was like, oh, there was this whole joke about there was a guy in the bar across the road that was going to do it for me, and it was going to be funny, whatever. In the end, I just bit the bullet and went back to the old barber shop. Not the same barber, and gave me, I believe, a taper fade and a shit one at that. Look at this.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous, but also
There we go.
excited.
Oh,
See, I don't think it was that bad, but
look at that.
it's just a bit long. But you can fix it. Basically, if anyone's listening and you've had a hair problem, if you've got hair to
Right.
cut into, you're good. Your only issue is when there's no road
Exactly.
left.
You could just go to someone else and get it. I don't think it's as
Yeah,
bad
but-
as you think it is.
Okay, first of all, it is, and second of all, I already paid like for this. I'm gonna have to pay again to do this. Is what happened to me last time. Why can't men just flipping well cut hair?
I mean,
like why can't barbers
yeah.
cut? I've had this trouble so often with the undercut with my fringe. It's so annoying. Why can't you cut a straight fringe, and why can't you do a skin fade?
So I'll tell you why. I think men, maybe the reason that they don't cut hair as well when men get a haircut, because as a man, if you get a haircut, you never complain. Doesn't matter what happens. You get that haircut, it could be the worst fucking haircut in your life, and the guy goes, "Is it okay?" And you go, "Yep," and then you walk out, and that's it.
I
Whereas-
did not complain.
Oh, you didn't complain?
No,
Okay.
I sat there and I was like, oh yeah, this is wonderful. Thank you so much.
I don't complain in the moment, but I've had moments. I had my hair done like a few months ago, and it was so atrocious.
Yeah.
And it was color, so the color looked all fucked up, and it was like a white strip, a yellow strip, like a brown, like it would look so. And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "That's the look." And I'm like, "Bitch, that is not the look." But I was just like, And he's like, "It's just because And it was at night, and in a salon or a barbershop, the lighting is so like neon-y. Sometimes you can't really tell. Am I seeing this right? Am I whatever? So I left, and the next day when I woke up, I'm like, this looks awful. And I messaged the salon, and I was like, this is horrendous. And they said, you have to go back to the same person to get it fixed up. And I'm like, why would I want to go to the same person who didn't know how to do it right in the first place? He did redo it, but he retoned it, but he's like, he was an idiot. Like, he couldn't really do it. So it sucks to have to pay for it again, but maybe that's also just because I'm North American, and I'm just like, no, give me what I fucking paid
You'll
for.
say what's up,
I'll say what's up.
You
Yeah.
say what's up.
Do you need me to go with you and,
first
like,
of all,
hold your
yeah,
hand?
please can you come with me? And second of all, if anyone actually knows a decent, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I need,
who's your barber? You need a regular person.
Yeah.
You go to like all.
I need a female barber.
Yeah, you could find one though. I bet. We can. Can we just?
And
We'll
also,
have a look.
and
You'll find
also
one.
it would. I think there might have been a slight language barrier today, to be fair. But he literally pointed at his own head and said, like mine, and he had a skin fade, and I was like, yeah. He was like a 0. I was like, yeah.
That's not 0 though.
Yeah, that's not 0 for sure. That's not 0.
I know.
Ugh.
Right.
Well, you can fix this. These are easy fixable problems. You've got hair left. That's all that matters. You've got road to run.
Yeah, you do.
Also, I just saw myself in this lighting. I don't know what's up with this studio, but this lighting looks awful.
No, you look
So
great.
I'm just gonna sit here and cry.
No.
Just do your podcast.
Phoebe,
No.
don't worry. You will fix it. It will not be an issue. Don't worry. You'll be all
Also,
good.
the fact that you're even someone who can like pull off like the undercut at the back, I feel like if I tried to do that, people would be like, "What are you doing with your life?"
Yeah, I mean, I once had a haircut, not too dissimilar, but much worse.
Yeah.
And when I mean I looked awful, like it's been brought up a lot on this podcast. I'll show you a picture afterwards.
Yeah.
I looked so bad. I looked like I was in like a Russian boy band or something. Like it was, you just can't even fathom how shit I looked. And my head is way too big to pull off that. I need some coverage or like something.
Yeah.
It's not good. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I feel like you at least have like, it's a cool look. So even though it is a fade, if I saw your hair pulled up, I'd be like, oh, that's fucking cool. And she's trying to do that. That's the vibe. Like, I don't think it like looks bad.
Yeah, don't stress at all. It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
look
wouldn't
bad.
stress.
It really doesn't. You can't unless you're deeply inspecting it. You wouldn't even be able to tell until the
Plus, you have like the most beautiful, thickest, gorgeousest hair ever.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, well, my housemates, they were in shock afterwards, so I knew it was bad.
No, your housemates need to buck up their ideas.
Let me see their hair.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go hard on their
they've,
hair.
They've got good hair.
They got good
They've
hair.
got good.
We'll
You're
see.
you're overthinking this one. Don't worry.
Yeah, I
Do
think
not
you're
worry.
overthinking it.
Okay,
We love you.
we're going to move on a little bit. There was a story that went around this week of Leonardo DiCaprio. Sources close to DiCaprio. I don't know what that means, but people who are close to him and in his team says he doesn't like his reputation that we
Of
spoke
being
about
a
last week
groomer.
of dating young girls. Now I do feel like on this one, just don't. How about that? Just don't date him.
I mean, okay, so I assumed he was sort of like in on the joke and he just kind of like didn't give a shit because he keeps doing it. And everyone talks about it. Like it's not some kept secret that he's like with these young girls and he kind of dumps them when they hit 25 or whatever. And this one, because he's what, 48, 49?
Yeah, he's about 40. He's basically 50.
Yeah, he's almost 50 and this girl's 19. And like,
Yeah.
there's no way. Like when you think of, okay, men also don't mature as fast as women, but when I was like 19, my brain was not developed. Doesn't your brain like not develop till you're 25 or something? So
Yeah.
so he basically dates them until their brain's like, actually, let me have an opinion. And he's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
No way. Like, it's just, I think it's so telling. And I think it's just like, you're a bit more naive. You haven't experienced as much of the world. You're easy to manipulate. And that's not like everyone, obviously, but I think that's generally how it is. And if you really want someone young all the time, like, yeah, obviously they're gorgeous, but like, I think it is just telling about, I don't know, it's a therapy issue.
I don't get, because why would you want to date someone who's going to be like that inexperienced with everything in life, right?
But
if you're like a bazillionaire,
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio, you can date anyone. I'd be dating the maddest, like, I'd want a lady with life experience. That's what I would be after.
Yeah, but the problem
Maybe
is,
because his fame was when he was at that sort of age.
so this is also what I heard.
No,
I
he's
heard.
been famous his whole life.
No,
I did hear this.
When he was like his everyone loved him so much in like Titanic and Romeo and Juliet and all
or
that kind of
before
thing.
then, Gilbert
So-
Grape and Growing Pains.
But like he must maybe have an image of himself
Right.
as that floppy-haired boy still in his head, and he wants to feel the same. He must have found a love at that time, a passion, and he's charging back to that time, that fame, that hype.
I mean, that's one theory. I just think he likes to date fit young girls. Like,
I think that's
what I would.
Tom's just
actually-
agreed that they're fit.
No,
Okay,
I mean,
Tom's got a problem.
no. I would never date him, but you cannot deny
that is
that,
sort of
that
like-
the 20-year-old models he's dating are not attractive
Of
people.
course. But it's sort of like, is it because he had a love at that time, or is it because like he was like emotionally stunted because he was a child star and they all get fucked up from different things? And like one of the guys he
Yeah.
grew up with, who he did a lot of work with, has been charged of being like a pedophile and stuff. And there was like videos of him on set being like, oh, this is my guy Leo, and he's got his arm around, he's like rubbing his arm. It's like, it's kind of creepy, but it's just so funny because in the reverse, I would never, like 20 years younger, that is mental. Like, I can't even imagine
we
how awful that would be.
We spoke about it last week. If I rocked up to the pub and I was like, "This is my girlfriend Gladys. She's 65."
Yeah.
You know, everyone will be like, "The fuck is going on here?" You know, this is strange. But
I mean, my boyfriend is 5 years younger than me.
Okay.
But he doesn't look it because he's got like
he looks old as fuck.
He looks like shit. No, he's a very handsome guy, but he has like a big gray beard. He has like salt and pepper hair, and he's like lived a life. Like he's got kids. You know, he's like properly like lived a life, and he's I would say arguably, but I don't think it's really arguably. He's more emotionally mature than I am, I think.
We don't know what these girls have gone through that Leo's dating, you know? They could have, you know, they're not just models. They've got other stuff going on.
They could have trauma.
Exactly.
That would be great.
Yeah, they could.
It's such like a why do you want to get someone freshly picked out of like high school? And why do you want someone so naive? So you can go, baby, this is how it is for everyone. This is how relationships are. And they're like, okay.
And what do you think about him not enjoying the reputation? I just think don't do it then. Like this is pretty easy.
Well, if someone calls you a creepy groomer, you're gonna be like, I don't really like when you call me that. No shit. Like I don't. Are we actually surprised that he doesn't? I sort of thought he was in on the joke a little, or just at the very least, sort of was indifferent to it. Like didn't really give a shit because he's like, I'm a bajillionaire. I have awards. I do all these Scorsese movies. I don't care what people say about me. But now obviously it's like getting to him more and more. But like, I mean, you do stuff. You're in the public eye. We're commenting on it.
I think it's fair enough.
Did you see the comparison of that? What was that? What's that new show that just came out that everyone's freaking out for?
MILF Manor, was it?
No.
You not heard of MILF Manor? That's crazy.
Oh my god, MILF Manor
is wild.
I haven't seen it, but basically it's a bunch of MILFs and a bunch of young men.
No, it's their sons.
But it's their sons.
And then the sons
but
all date the MILFs. And they all like hook up.
Like at first they didn't know like whose son was whose like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reality shows have peaked, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
MILF Manor.
It is end of days.
My housemates right
MILF Manor. Like absolutely. But that's for like entertainment. I mean, that's like. I don't know. I think the young guys are going on there because they want to be on TV and stuff like that, right? Obviously. They're not
and the mums want to be on TV. Everyone wants to be on TV on that show. If you look at the MILFs, a lot of them are like, I used to be some of them are probably highly educated and intelligent women doing amazing things. But some are like, I was a stripper. And now
caveat. I'm a feminist.
Yeah, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, you're not going on MILF Manor if you don't want some spotlight, you know?
Oh my God, it's wild though. Like, I don't know.
Did you guys watch that film? I think it was Australian, and it's like two mums and two sons, and they like swap.
Oh yeah, yes.
And they like fell in love, and they would like sleep with each other.
It was a movie, right? It was like a film. It was like a scripted film where it was basically like they went for each other's sons but it was like, but that's also a fucked up scripted film. Lolita is also a film. Doesn't mean it's like, let's go do this in real life.
So Schindler's List. Like, what are we talking about here?
I love that we went from MILF Manor to Schindler's List. And the seamless transition in between.
Where do you find MILF Manor?
It's on that. What's that?
Peacock? Is that the?
No. But what's the TLC? Is it?
TLC.
What the fuck is TLC at this point?
Well, because it used to be the Learning Channel. That's literally what TLC.
Nah, that's a freak show. It's modern freak shows, isn't it?
It is the modern. Oh my God! It is the modern freak show.
Yeah, you're just watching freak show stuff. Like, 'cause they never have anything on there that's normal.
They have like Little People, Big World, My 1,000-Pound Sisters or whatever, or like Betty Boo, or what's the
Honey Boo Boo Child.
Honey Boo Boo.
Oh my God, I forgot about
like that. All that. They have like all those kind of like.
If you like Married Your Sofa, you're on TLC.
Yeah,
you know?
Or it's like My Strange Addiction. Those ones that I drink gasoline. One girl ate toilet paper.
No.
That was her addiction.
That's nothing. There was a My Strange Addiction. My favorite one by a mile is a girl who was addicted to eating her husband's ashes, and she would carry them around, and then she was just constantly eating them, and then her mum would shout.
What happens when she's out?
I don't know. Her mum would shout and be like, "Stop eating them."
How do you even find out that you like that?
I don't know.
Did you say there was another one where the guy was he was in love, he had romantic feelings and in love with balloon animals. So he would like have like a blown up like inflated dolphin, and he'd be like,
oh no.
Like there's some people that just.
But a part of me with all those shows, like let's say you're the inflated balloon animal man. Like, are you really? Would you be doing that if the cameras weren't there, or are you doing this because you know it will get you on TV? That's what I always.
But
wonder.
then, why are you like, this is gonna be my goal for success? Like, that everyone in the future is gonna Google you, and you're the fucking inflatable dolphin fucker.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the internet means that there are other, like, there's probably, back in the day, you just have to do inflatable dolphin fucking in your basement, and that'll be it. No one wouldn't know about it, and you wouldn't speak to anyone about it.
Well,
but now,
yeah.
you find the other inflatable dolphin fuckers from around the world, and now you've got a community, and you're their king. You know, that's...
To be king of those men. And I say men because I don't know if there's any women in that group.
No, I would say predominantly male. It's always men. But like, it's with that kind of stuff. Like, that is what the internet has done. It has allowed groups of people who notoriously would not have found anyone like-minded. And for a lot of stuff, it's quite good. You know, that's positive.
Of course, there's like communities and coming together. And...
But also, if you want to fuck dolls, like, that's, you know.
Yeah. I was seeing something the other day about like the dark web and how you get to it, because like literally I would be like, Google dark web, how to. I have no idea how to access it. But obviously that's a big community of people. But that's more about like drugs and killing people and murder.
Yeah.
And, like,
you get that.
Disgusting shit.
Yeah.
Internet, what a beautiful thing. But Leonardo DiCaprio, sorry guy, I don't feel sorry for you.
No, sorry. But maybe his next girlfriend, he'll just go for an older lady. Imagine if he dated a 50-year-old.
If he does it, everyone's gonna be like, his PR told him to. Like, he was forced into a PR relationship.
Not if he marries like an older lady. I think maybe everyone would come around, and he's be like, all right, my Playboy phase is over at 50. My party years are done.
I don't know. Like, it's just, because at what point does it just become, how old does he have to be, where, because it's already weird. It was funny, and then it gets weird, and then you're like, oh, and then it's just gonna be like super creepy. But it's like Hugh Hefner like fucking the 19-year-old play bunnies, right?
Yeah.
Like,
what do you think about those Playboy bunnies coming out and dishing the dirt on Hugh Hefner?
Well, I mean, is anyone surprised?
Well, yeah, but also, like, I do feel like...
I'm an old man who lives in a mansion who forces a bunch of young, big-titted girls to sleep with me and puts them in a magazine. Like, I mean, is anyone surprised that it was transactional? He's not doing this out of the goodness of his heart.
Yeah, that's what I felt as well. Yeah, I'll give you that. I feel like you got to take some accountability that you signed up.
Yeah, like,
to
he's
bang the
not
old
trying
man.
to, like, honorably give them a leg up. The only leg up they're getting is on his fucking shoulders. Like, it's not happening. Like, I don't know. And I mean, yeah, like, it's, I don't know. There's a whole thing, right? Because, like, if I was single and somebody came to me, I was talking about this the other day with someone else who was an actor, and I said, if someone came to you who's like a Harvey Weinstein type, like, piggy older man, and was like, you suck my dick right now, and I will give you a TV show.
It's a tough one.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. And if you're a young girl who's like a model and you're living in fucking Nowheresville, USA, and you want to get out, and they're like, you can come be a Playboy bunny. It's this legendary empire, but you have to fuck Hugh Hefner.
It's a tough one. Like, if some old lady was like, you got to bang me, and you can be in...
Do it. If you were single...
Oh, yeah, no, but what would if I could be like in James Bond? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no. If you are...
That's what James Bond would do. He'd fuck her. So I would 100% do it.
Just go method.
That's just method acting, exactly.
I'd fuck her. Yeah, I would. I think I would.
I don't know. I honestly don't know a lot of people in this industry who wouldn't. And then obviously you're going to turn around and go, yeah, I wasn't in a position. Of course. But like, someone's going to fuck him and get the part. So like... May as well be you, I guess. I don't know. It's very, I mean...
It's a tough one. It's a tough, yeah. I think, obviously, Harvey Weinstein was a monster. Harvey Weinstein's a fucking monster.
Harvey Weinstein is a fucking monster. And but like, you can understand why Jennifer Lawrence and all those girls did all that stuff, because look where it got them now. But also, it's really fucked up, and is it manipulative and everything? Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. Would I do it? I can't
speak for anyone else, but me personally, I'm in. Yeah.
If there's any BBC executives listening or Netflix executives, let me know.
It needs to be Netflix. BBC. The money's not in the BBC. You're joking.
Yeah.
You get $5,000 for a sitcom. That's not worth it.
If there's any ITV streaming service professional,
I will.
If there's any YouTubers listening, could you imagine? That's what it's going to go down to, though. It's going to be like, you can be on my TikTok.
Exactly.
I'll give you like a 1-minute video.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Quick, in terms of transactions, Matt Healy, who's the lead singer of the 1975, went viral this week because he said on a podcast that people who do meet and greets, so if you do a meet and greet, like with your fans, that they pay for, you should have to take the money off your fans in person. because he says it's such a horrible thing to do, to charge your fans just to say hello. And I kind of agree.
Yeah, I don't
know. Like, it is weird.
It's pretty, because I was actually thinking about this the other day, because I did a gig I did a Valentine's Day gig with Taddie McLeod. Do you know Taddie?
Yes.
She's like a TikToker stuff.
Yeah.
Really lovely, very funny.
Been on the pod.
Yeah,
Been on the pod. Yeah, she's a lovely lady. We did her podcast, or I did her Valentine's Day show at 21 Soho, and there's all these people like lined up to meet her afterwards and take pictures, and I was like, she just is so lovely, and like having such nice conversations with them and being so nice. And I'm like, I love this. Like, I would love to be at that point one day. Like, I've had the odd person that kind of get a picture with you, but like, I would love to be the person one day who people are lining up to see. And then at what point does it get to be like, no, you have to pay for the privilege to like touch me? And I just think, but is it like is it just another money grab, or is it because it's like, it's cost prohibitive, and so less people will do it, and it's more of a time thing? Because if you did like a 2,500 seat theater, would you sit there and meet all 2,500 people if they wanted to?
No, because I don't think you'd have time to do that. I think at this level, or like Tatty's level, I think like, yeah, you've got the time, so you can do it, of course.
Yeah.
But and all the people who have ever asked for pictures at Vauxhall, thank you very much, and we really appreciate it. Okay, so I think, yeah, the meet and greet thing, it is weird. It is. I don't know if I would ever charge people to say hello to me. Like, that'd be very, very weird. I wouldn't feel comfortable.
But it's like,
Phoebe, I'm going to say this on this podcast. Doesn't matter how big this podcast becomes, Phoebe. When we do our live shows, we will say hello to everyone, and we will not charge them.
I don't want to meet poor people.
Yeah.
It's contagious. You should never meet a poor.
But that's what it does, though, because it does separate.
Of course it does.
Rich and poor people, and
But that's what
bullshit.
even going to live events does. Like, a lot of people don't have excess money to go to it, so they're already paying to come see you in the first place, and then you're going to make them pay again. They're supporting you. They've supported you from the beginning. They're listening to all your things. And if you love something, you don't just love it to yourself. Like, when I love something, I'm like, oh, you got to listen to this, you got to hear this, or whatever. And so it's like helping further yours, and then you're going to turn around and say, give me more. I know you've already given me your time and attention and like fandom or whatever, and then you're buying tickets, but I want more. And then I'm going to sell you merch and all this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think, but it's tricky because it is a time thing. Because like Taylor Swift, she can't meet a stadium full of fans every night, which is doing like
free lottery.
Actually,
everyone who wants it, I do a free lottery. That's what I would do.
I like that idea. A free lottery. I love that idea.
A free lottery. Look, I know I don't regularly post on my stories like Ali Woods does, because I'm more private online. But everyone who I do respond to comments and speak to, I do really appreciate it. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I would never charge you for that privilege. I think I just
for me to respond to your Instagram.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. Like, what do you mean?
Hey, you were great. I'll reply to this.
Yeah.
PayPal,
If you give me £10 and I'll give you my response to your question. I've just got an instant message, like email pop up.
Could you imagine?
Oh god.
And then people.
It's not beyond some comics though. I'm almost
No.
certain that there are
Oh god.
certain social media profile comics who would 100% do that.
I bet. I actually love the free lottery idea. I would try to do as many people as possible for as long as I possibly could. And then if it was getting out of control, or if I didn't have the time, I would try to just like do kind of like a lottery. Yeah, a lottery thing. I love that idea.
We'll do, okay, lottery, we solved it.
I love it. God, we're solving all the problems.
Okay, final little bit of news is, I guess, a sort of friend of the show. She came down to Vauxhall one Tuesday, and we hung out and went for drinks afterwards. Sad, well, I get kind of sad news that she's been, Kaz from Love Island, who, I'd say friend of the show, has been arrested in Dubai for a video that she got posted on social media from 2 years ago of her snorting a suspicious white substance. Who knows what that could be? And anyway, who knows? And that was 2 years ago. And then she was getting a connecting flight in Dubai yesterday to go on to somewhere else. And the name got flagged in the system. She's been arrested.
Okay, that's wow.
Yeah. Faces.
I really liked Kaz too from Love Island. Yeah, that's really scary. Firstly, my biggest fear is being like, did you ever watch Broke Down Palace?
No.
Claire Danes movie?
No.
It's an old school movie, but basically two friends go to Thailand, meet up with this guy. He basically puts drugs in their bags.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they get caught, and it's based on a true story, and one of the girls is still like in prison from like...
I know. I followed the story of the actual story.
Like,
I think.
The Ibiza... No, this happened a few times. The Ibiza 2... There were two British girls who got done in Ibiza, and they were in Ibiza, and then they flew to, I think it's South America, and then they flew back like the same day. And then they tried to say that the drug dealers forced them to do it, but then they found loads of pictures on their social media of them holding pina coladas for the drug dealers. And they're like, and they're like, I don't know if they're forcing you to drink those pina coladas.
Force
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think like I can get away with it. But okay, so wait. So she was like transiting through Dubai.
Yeah.
And was the video from her doing it in Dubai?
Yeah.
Or just,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So the video was from 2 years ago.
2 years ago, a video.
Oh, let it go.
But but people in Dubai, they're just, I mean,
You don't want to mess around.
no, I am so freaking careful. I mean, I don't like do drugs and stuff, but I'm so careful with anything when I'm over
With the
there.
drugs
If I'm
I
in
do.
If I'm in if I'm in like a different country, like I was in Bali earlier this year, and we'd walk by, these guys, and they're like, cocaine, and then we ran into people, and they were like, never take them up, even if you want to, because one, the punishments are so harsh. I don't want to get fucking like my hands chopped off in some country. I don't know what the punishment is. Sorry if that's ignorant, but like it's gonna be severe. And
Yeah, let's. It's definitely not get your hand chopped.
No, I think it might be. I think
know.
honestly they have the death penalty in Bali
we?
for drugs. Yeah.
Google
can
it.
we look
Yeah.
up what?
No, it's
Indonesia's-
definitely
No,
drugs.
death penalty potentially, but I don't think it's cutting off hands.
Oh, okay, cut off my head then.
I would prefer them to cut my hands off than shoot me.
Like, I mean, I know it's very severe, and they said sometimes it's the police undercover going cocaine,
Yeah.
and then you take you're like, oh yeah, okay, and then like actually you're under arrest because
Yeah.
you wanted it, even if you didn't do it. So, but fuck, man, that is scary. Oh,
They definitely do have the death penalty because someone is on.
Yeah, there's always an Australian backpacker on
Yeah.
death row there.
Well, it's saying New Zealand.
and she'll just never be able to.
New
That
Zealander faces death penalty.
Yeah,
in
and she's an influencer, and she can never go back to Dubai, so that's big for her. That's
yeah,
that's
I mean,
harsh.
there's so many drugs in Dubai. That's the thing,
Yeah.
but the UAE is so protective over their image, and they really don't. They want to allow all these like other people in, right? All these international people. They want to be like, we're liberal, whatever. And to a certain degree, they are. And there's a lot that goes on, more so than what I thought. When I went there for the first time, I was like, oh my god, is this? I'm a pretty conservative dresser. I'm not like, but some girls, I was like, holy shit, like,
Oh, yeah,
you were
yeah.
just like, anything fucking goes here. But god, that is. I would not want to be in that position.
It's tough.
I'm sure she's fucking shitting herself.
Oh yeah, you'd
Because from a PR perspective, that's a nightmare, but also just from that's scary.
from a life perspective.
A life perspective, that's right. And I mean, maybe it was something she did 2 years ago. We've all done things when we were younger. Maybe it was something and she regrets it or whatever. Or even if she doesn't and it was just something she did and didn't think it was that big of a deal. But like a lot of people do drugs over there. There's a lot of drugs over there.
My theory on it is that they'll make an example, they'll hold her
Yeah.
for a bit, and then they'll let her go eventually. Those things always get sorted out, but
Yeah.
you are facing a bit of time in a Dubai jail, which sucks.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have like beautiful buildings over there, so it's probably going to be like a luxurious one. Actually, I don't know though. Do you think?
No, I reckon the jails are shitty. I reckon it's well, have you done the gigs out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Amazing.
Yeah, so you stay in the nice bit, but like you drive past the not so nice bits, and I reckon you're going to a not so nice.
But
jail.
do you think they have two different types of jails? One's for locals, and one's
Influencer
for, like,
jail.
Yeah. So it's like you're in the basement of like a Ritz-Carlton, and you only get room service once a day.
Yeah, it's like
That's
you and
the
Andrew
punishment.
Tate just like stuck in some kind of influencer
And you can
jail.
film TikToks, but no ring light.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your punishment.
Yeah.
Like it's like specific influencer jail. Well, I hope she's okay. If that happened to me, I would just be a ball of tears crying on the floor and be so freaking upset.
Yeah,
From a video too, not even
from 2 years ago on a
2 years ago
on a
video.
connecting flight through. It's wild.
Wow. I mean, they don't fuck around.
Ooh, don't mess around in the UAE, guys.
No.
Do not do that.
That's just like don't, especially outside of your like even here. I'm on the visa that I'm on over here and everything, and I'm going to become a citizen hopefully. But I would just never do anything bad over here. I started working with an accountant, and I won't say who it is, but in the first year I started working with them, they were like. So this person I haven't worked with since actually, and they were sort of like, here's the options of how you can pay taxes over here. This way, it's gonna be really, really cheap, but it's a little bit shady, or you have to pay in full, but it's this much money. It's
Yeah.
a lot of money. And I was like, fuck, what do I do?
Shady every time, no?
And a friend of mine is like, do you want to save yourself a few £1,000s, but risk getting kicked out of the country or risk having them go over everything? And I was like, no, like that kind of stuff. I'm too much of a pussy to risk that. Like I'm way too much to like break the rules or I'm just not a rule breaker anymore.
Loser. Okay.
Yeah, I am a fucking loser.
Loser. Oh, look at you paying all your tax.
I do that every year too. Every year there's like I get
Every year you paid your tax?
Every
What?
year I pay my tax.
Oh my God. Oh, you.
But you know
amateur.
what I get out of it? I mean, I think Prince William, well, he probably knows who I am. And like, you know, Prince Charles or like Chucky III, like I think he loves me, probably.
Yeah.
Him and his little stubby fingers.
Yeah.
And Cammy, yeah, they like love me.
Did you see, just quickly, did you see South Park doing Meghan and Harry
Oh my
last
God.
night?
Shut up.
Was funny.
Of course.
Undeniably funny.
South Park is one of the funny. Their takes on everything are so offensively funny.
It was them going on a talk show, a Canadian talk show,
God,
and they come on with signs being like, "We want privacy, we want privacy." And they're like,
That is what
and
it
then they're
is.
like, "Oh, so you're here to talk about your new book, Harry?" Wow. It's good.
I mean, oh my God, can we just talk about, not that anyone needs a hot take, but like, bro.
I think. Do you want my honest opinion on it?
Yeah, give it to me.
The message was a good one. I thought the message that they were putting out was a good one, but the execution was horrific.
Do I think she's been treated bad by them? Yes. Do I think they're like systematically fucked up and racist and
Yeah.
probably an awful family? Yeah.
100%.
But do I think a lot of what she's doing is calculated and very thoughtful? She's a brilliant woman.
Yeah.
I don't think any of how this is all coming out, like there's that famous like Oprah clip that's like, were you silent or were you silent?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God. Like, or like what she said, the thing that I thought was funny, because this is my mom does this. So when she said she was on a flight or someone in the pilot or someone on the flight was like, thank you for your service to our country came. And I'm like, that is something my mom, and I found a lot of people, like my mom is like a perpetual liar.
Okay.
So she'll always be like, you know, someone came up to me and was like, I can't believe your daughter speaks to you like that. I'm like, who is this person? I don't even know them. Whatever. She always so it's always some mystery third person that no one's ever seen and no one's ever witnessed. But they say these really profound things. She's always the best one in the scenario.
Okay,
So
yeah.
some mysterious person coming up being like, Megan, you're a fucking big tit hero. We love you.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the tightest pussy. You were amazing for this country. Like, get fucked. No one fucking said it. It's you trying to tell your message without saying, I want to say, you fucking don't deserve me. Like, I feel like Megan will be like 80 years old screaming at the top of a staircase like, you don't deserve me, no! But I also sort of like, I feel for her, but also, oh my God, I can't even. My brother texts me every day being like, I can't stand them. I can't stand them. And I'm like, then stop talking about them.
Right. Just quickly before we move on. So the eagle-eyed listeners will know that we have brought up the I don't even know what you call it, recreational sport of ferreting before on this, which is Kate, you won't know.
Kate.
So at farm shows in the UK, farmers put a ferret down their trousers, and whoever can last with the ferret down their trousers long enough wins. Okay. The sport.
What is wrong with men?
No. The sport has declined.
Sport. I love that you call it a
on the
sport.
Wikipedia. Apparently, the sport has declined in popularity due to complaining wives. Was given complaining wives. Now,
ferret's a hoe. She stole my man.
yeah, okay. Now, complaining wise, fair enough. And so,
Oh my
I
God.
recently saw something which kind of, I would say, not kind of perpetuates the so-called myth of the complaining wife, because there is a sport at a farm show in Iowa, the Iowa State Fair, and it is called husband calling. Okay.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah.
I've
So
seen
this
that.
is when wives, okay, not saying they're complaining wives, but wives go up on stage and they do their best husband call. Okay. I'm gonna play you a quick
Oh
audio.
my God, that's
audio.
awful.
Now with husband calling.
Roy! Honey, get yourself in here. Terry!
Okay.
Terry, come on!
Okay, and that's the sport of husband calling. So this is actually maybe saying that maybe the complaining wives do exist a little bit. I'm not,
Oh my God.
There's a committee.
There's a
That
committee.
is like, how did your dick go up inside you when you heard those women shrieking?
That is quite a shriek, I will be honest. The winner was the first lady. She won the husband calling of her.
Really? I didn't think that was very good.
Yeah. Well, you didn't enjoy that.
No, I didn't think it was very good.
I think
either.
she lost it at the end. She lost her power.
Okay.
You've got to stay
in the shriek. You got to keep
Yeah.
the shriek going.
But I understand why women need to yell for their husbands, because men are dumb and they don't hear you, and I think they just block things out. So you literally have to be like,
No, we hear you. We hear. We're just not responding.
Do you?
we
Do you
hear
guys
you.
literally hear everything and you just
Yeah,
choose to ignore it?
it's what
sometimes?
goes in or what goes in and out.
Sometimes I'll repeat things to my boyfriend and he's like, yeah,
yeah,
I heard you the first 2 times.
Yeah.
And I was like, acknowledge.
I always
Acknowledge.
hear. It's just whether what you do with the information is a different thing. That's what I find anyway.
I mean, I tune myself out sometimes and I talk a lot. So I just feel like sometimes I need to repeat things for people.
Yeah,
But the ferret thing, can we go back to that being called 1, a sport, and 2, like, what?
ferreting. Yeah,
Ferreting.
mainly predominantly performed in
Are
the west of England. What they do is they go down the farm, right? And you,
I guess it's
and you wear,
better
you
than
wear, you
fucking
wear,
sheep.
you gotta wear. I think wasn't there rules and regulations on the bagginess of the trousers? Because obviously, if you had really baggy trousers, it'd be easier. So you had to wear like.
But if you had really tight ones, the ferret couldn't get out.
Yeah, the ferret shouldn't get out. It's closed off.
If you put a ferret in skinny jeans down your trousers, it's just gonna massacre your junk. That is exactly. You want it to be able to go
They
down
have,
the
like,
legs.
They have sharp teeth and claws and
Yeah.
stuff?
Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had a ferret go in my pussy.
Yeah.
Like,
A ferret has like
in your
yeah.
pussy all the way in.
all the way.
Could you imagine?
I've had one around, but never.
Yeah.
And then you just yank on the tail like a tampon and it comes out.
Oh, God, horrific.
So
What
yeah.
color are ferrets? Are they, like, different colored?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get like they sometimes have like little brown noses and faces. And
Are they
things, like,
cute?
white body-
Yeah, they are pretty cute. But you wouldn't want to put one
They kind
down
of
your
smell.
trousers.
They're kind of known for being.
They kind of
smelly.
smell after or before they go into the pants. Like, who is doing this? Like,
Farmers in the west of England, where it's
I do
predominantly
feel
goes
like
on.
this was a little while ago.
can
No,
somebody
ferreting
just-
still happens.
I mean, it does still
I bought it up
happen.
because I literally saw it at a
Can
country
you guys
fair once.
please do a live podcast? I'll be a guest if we go to a ferreting thing and we
Yeah.
talk to people. We should
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
No, I want them to do ferreting.
Well,
live
we'd
on
probably
the
have to
pod.
bring in a ferret specialist. I could probably get us a ferret.
But
I
what
probably
about-
know someone with a ferret.
What about like PETA and like the being inhumane to animals or whatever? Like,
Oh god, the bane of our lives, Peter. They're always complaining about ideas.
When I worked at a theatre before, and we had Peppa Pig, the musical, I'm sure I'm allowed to say this.
Yeah.
Peter wrote in to ask if we were going to take sausages and bacon off the menus at the time. So
Oh my God.
whilst the children were there, and we didn't. The chief executive was like of the theatre was just like, nope, I'm pretty sure that's education for the kids to.
and also,
Peter would have liked you to have come out at the end and been like, just so you know, you're eating Peppa, kids. Sausage rolls, just smash it.
do you know what I heard recently? This is a conspiracy, so who knows how true this is?
Okay.
That
I like it.
basically, like the big meat industry created PETA. So they would look like complete extreme nutters of like throwing, fake blood on fur coats and everything. So they look like a crazy alternative. So you go like, yeah, I don't really agree with it, but they're nuts. And they're so far gone that way that like I don't really care to listen to them. I'm like, that doesn't.
Apparently, didn't we talk about it? That's what they did with the
Extinction Rebellion people.
yeah, with the throwing the soup on the paintings.
yeah.
Right. Because
Yeah.
then when they are doing that, people go, okay, well, now that's too much. Like, fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
and then no one wants to listen to their message at all.
Well,
So
yeah.
I heard
Apparently,
that, but I don't-
in the same city that I was in, Peter, there was like there's a shop that opened that was called. Or maybe I shouldn't say that. There was a shop, and it had a big like pig up in the window.
Yeah.
And they smashed the window in. And then I also heard apparently they sent death threats to the owner's teenage daughters.
Like,
Shit.
no, that's not fucking okay.
But again, who knows? It might have
Yeah.
been hearsay. But I mean, it was very much like talk of the
Talk of the town.
when I was there. Yeah.
Well, you know.
And I have to say that company's still there, and they really
to defend Peter,
they're really good.
sending death threats, that will get the job done. You know? Sometimes you got to go
but no,
all the
but I'm
way.
saying if Peter is sending death threats to humans,
Yeah.
where does it stop? Like,
well, yeah, whose life is more valuable? So you're saying, oh, I'm going to kill you for eating an innocent, like, fish?
Well,
Because fish have feelings. Not like this 15-year-old girl you're sending a death threat to.
yeah. But it comes down to the old, like, it's like the vegan debate and vegans who do cocaine, isn't it? It's just like, how many like
Yeah.
Mexican people have their heads
yeah.
cut off for you to do that cocaine? It's like unreal. Like,
I thought you were just doing it from an angle. That was a lot darker than I thought.
Oh,
you were
okay,
gonna go.
no,
I
but
thought you
like-
were just doing it like a vegans want to be like all good for your body.
no, like the raw ingredients of
Yeah.
cocaine are vegan, I guess. It's like mainly like petrol and coca plant. But like I think like yeah, the human cost of doing it is
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
weigh
yeah,
that
yeah.
into effect. Like
Of course, yeah. But that is like, oh yeah. Ugh, the world is awful.
yeah,
Let's
they've
put
got
some ferrets down our pants and go. to
yeah,
bed.
exactly. Sometimes you just,
I get it now.
you got a
I get
ferret.
it.
You just got a ferret. Let it
Just
out.
got a ferret sometimes.
You know?
Ferret's got a ferret.
ferret's
know?
got a ferret. Do you have access to the AIDIF Insta to do any agony uncles? Because we've got 15 mins.
15 minutes. I mean, I have an agony uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry.
yeah,
I've got
yeah.
Okay, we've got 15 minutes. So, yeah, sometimes, just for the edit, sometimes you got to ferret. Okay, now we are going to move on to our first regular section, which is Agony Uncle, but not in a weird way. Okay, so our first Agony Uncle is sent in by a listener, and she said, slept with my colleague drunk, and now we can't make eye contact in the office. Okay, so that's been there. Okay, and just as I went in for a bit of a follow-up message, I said, sorry, can we have a bit more detail? Because we'd like to get the full range of facts. She says, lol, yep, wasn't expecting it to happen at all, but it did. Has happened twice since then as well, even though we still ignore each other in the office. Kinda guaranteed that we'll hook up after a work social now, even though we never talk. To make matters even worse, my work bestie really fancies him. But yeah, so she really, really fancies him, but is in a bit of denial about it. So she has been a bit too curious about all the gory details. Okay, so the work bestie knows.
She knows. So she knows.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? Is this person like upset that they're not talking in between the hookups, or is it just that it's awkward and it's like, but that's going to happen if you're working. Because I think the thing is when you hook up with somebody you work with, which I have been there, you are like, oh my God, if we talk to each other, everyone's going to know. But it's almost weird because usually before a hookup happens, you're like flirty, talking all the time. And then you go like, and you like walk by each other.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, they're definitely fucking because they're not talking at all. It's all of a sudden their behavior completely changes to the opposite. Yeah. And then you go, oh, they're definitely... I think you just need to have like an honest grown-up conversation with them. And if you are and you want to continue to hook up, cool, but just be cool at the office and it's all good. It gets messy though if they're developing feelings or whatever.
I think no one in the office gives a shit normally. I think people think that they care.
No, people care as far as like gossip goes.
Yeah, but
people just like something interesting to talk about.
But ultimately, if you're like, yeah, we're dating, like no one's really gonna give a shit, are they? Like no one's like, oh my God, no, you can't.
Oh my God.
You cannot.
Chad from accounting?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
You
up.
haven't been in the places I work. That is everything that people sort of live for.
I mean, that is what people live for, but in like that's what I'm saying for the gossip, right? People like it for like the gossip factor.
But that is everything that you have at a job.
Yeah, that is true.
You need to get more interesting jobs, people.
No, but most jobs are really fucking boring, and then you live for that kind of little gossip. But it is so funny. She's obviously gone from like one extreme of like interaction and communication with him to another, and that'll be more telling. So it's much more obvious. I had one of the worst hookups of my entire life ever with a guy that I worked with. And we were like thick as thieves, went for lunch every day. We were on the same sales team together. And we just like got along so well. He had a big house party and we just ended up, it was like a, house party hookup. And because I love a house party. Like I live for a house party.
I can't think of anything worse than hooking up at a house party.
It was his house.
Okay, fine. Because the general consensus at house parties, you're gonna try and find a room that no one's gonna barge in and want to do drugs in.
Yeah, it was his house, and it was like it was like 3 floors, and no, like his room was on the top.
Okay,
so no one was up there.
Right.
And then it was really awkward. It was like on a Friday, and then on Sunday we texted and we were like, should we maybe talk about this?
Okay.
Before we go into work.
Yeah.
And so we were just grown-ups, and we had a conversation, and we were like, so that was the worst sex both of us have ever had in our entire life.
Okay, fine.
And then we both kind of agreed that it was awful. But we just like made a joke about it and everything. And then we were totally fine. And then afterwards, after I left that company, my old boss, who I'm still friends with, she's like, you guys always had this weird thing. I always thought you two were going to get together. And I was like, we did. And then she's like, I knew it. Everyone thought you did. And I was like, no, they didn't, because she would tell me. And I was like, we did. But then it was, But I guess this one, it sounds like she wants to keep it going.
Well, no, it doesn't even sound like that. It sounds that he's ignoring her immediately in work. That is awkward. That is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, he's completely ignoring her, and the work bestie's like indeed really, really like.
I mean, the work bestie, that's a whole other situation. They need to be, if you like somebody and you whatever, like I sort of feel
like your work bestie's a weirdo because she keeps asking about the gory sex details.
Yeah.
It's like, if you fancy the guy, why are you doing that? Maybe she's asking for tips.
No,
sorry, I don't know why I was like tips.
Maybe, but that is a thing I think a lot of girls do, or a lot of people do. I feel like if they're like I went out with a guy once. We really liked each other, and you could tell we liked each other a lot. And then, but he was sort of seeing somebody else, and he's like, "You should go out with one of my friends." And I was like, "Oh, what?" And he's like, "You should go out with my mate." And I'm like, "Oh, I thought okay. And then I was like, why is he pushing me off onto him? And then we started going out, and then we went to yet another house party. And then the original friend guy was like, I only did that because I really liked you, but I was sort of seeing it in someone I didn't know. I don't like seeing you with my friend. And I was like, why did you push me on your friend? But I think that is something people do. I don't know why. There's some psychology about that.
I don't know why. I would never do that. I would never, if I fancy someone, and I would never be like, shag my mate. That would just be
Shag
weird.
my mate.
Equally, I would never, equally if I fancy someone and my mate was hooking up with them, I wouldn't be like, yeah, so what's that like? You know, I would not just want to not know. I'd be like, nah, I'm cool. Like, it's okay. I'm happy for you. You do your thing. But I'm not going to be like.
Maybe the girl likes her.
Plot twist.
Plot twist. Maybe she's into her and she goes, oh, so what's that like with all that dick?
Yeah.
Blech. Aren't dicks gross?
Yeah, fair enough. Mate, okay, so plot twist. Try and shag your mate.
Yeah, if you're into it.
Stop hooking up with this guy when you get drunk, and then get drunk and try and.
But also, what I would say, if you're not happy with how he's treating you, be a grown up and just be like, look, I'm cool to hang out, or be open with your things. Go, this is what I'm looking for out of this. If it's just a casual hookup, just go, I'm cool with this, but can we just be normal with each other at work? Or if you want something more and he doesn't, just go, this is what I want. If not, that's cool. Because I'm all about, don't be like, what is this? What are we looking for? Just say, this is what I want out of this situation. You tell me if that matches what you want. If it doesn't, that's all good. We walk away. But can we just be normal?
Yeah.
And I think that's like part of growing up is just having those more kind of confronting, difficult conversations.
I'd also say if you're not sure and it's all feeling a bit complicated, just take a break from it all, because then you might look back and be like, ha, 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 remember that time?
Yeah, true.
Or you might be like, oh my God, I miss him.
Yeah, also true. Some distance is often helpful, right? It can give you a little bit more perspective.
And distance in the head, not distance in the space. In physical space, like in your head, distance yourself.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. I think we've covered it. Yeah. I think it was good.
I think we nailed it.
Okay.
Can I throw one curveball idea very quickly?
Yeah.
Right, invite the friend, have a threesome.
Oh, I like this.
Then keep inviting people in the office. It's not weird if you're all involved.
If everyone in the office is fucking.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the guy will not complain about. I'm almost certain a threesome. He's not going to be like, nah, I don't fancy it.
True.
No, not for me. I feel like he's probably going to be all right.
Yeah.
Especially the guy who just wants to hook up with you after social events. I'm pretty sure he's going to be keen. So
I mean, yeah. Maybe if he just wants to hook up with you after like work social events and he's kind of ignoring you, my initial thought and bet, he's got someone on the outside.
Yes.
I think he's got a girlfriend or somebody else, and he's just going, oh, we all went out with work friends, and I crashed at so-and-so's house or whatever, and then he goes all weird because he's like, oh, I don't want them to think it's anything more. I bet you he's seeing somebody else.
Yep. No, I can
that's
totally
my
see
bet.
that.
But you can definitely find that out at work.
But the
That's
thing
classic
is,
work gossip.
I've worked with loads of guys and some comedians who don't talk about their wives ever. Don't wear wedding rings. Like, do not. And so, like, I've worked with.
I know the guys who go on the abroad trips and take that ring right off.
Oh yeah, and I've before been like, when I found out, I was like, oh, so are you like in an? I'm like, that's cool, because to me, I'm like, whatever's between you and your person, that's up to you guys. You can define your relationship however you want. You're both, consenting adults, whatever works for you. But I'm like, oh, out of curiosity, I'm like, oh, so you're in like an open relationship? And he's like, no, well, it's kind of like, I think there's like an understanding, like, don't bring it to the doorstep. You know what I mean? Like, don't bring back a disease or a pregnant girl. And then other than that, it's kind of like, I think she probably knows. And I'm like, you're such a fucking dirtbag.
Yeah.
I could list off comedians right now, but I'm not.
I think if you've had a big conversation and she 100% knows, that's a different story. You've got parameters in your relationship. But like, if it's like she probably, that means she doesn't know
She
shit.
doesn't know.
Yeah.
Also, after this, we're having a conversation about who they all are.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you one because I think he's a fucking dirtbag, but I won't tell you the other.
One more. Okay, so went on a few dates with a guy. I think we got on, and I really liked him. We slept together, and now he has started to become a bit flaky, and he has messaged me to say that he has become really, really busy with work and doesn't think he has the time. Yeah.
He doesn't like you.
Now, if anyone says, and I 100% agree with that, he doesn't like you. If anyone says, if a man says that he is busy, a man would sack off his grand's own funeral if he likes you.
Yeah.
He would sack off his, honestly, he would 100% like to see you. He would do anything to cut. So if he's too busy with work, unless he's been shipped off to Afghanistan in the army, or no, well, not Afghanistan, in Iraq, okay?
Yeah.
There is no reason. You're not busy. You're not too busy to see you.
No, I think he just doesn't like you. That's just the simple fact. I think if you have a gut going like, oh, we had sex, he's just not into you that much. You need to have a little bit of self-respect. Just go, He doesn't want it that much. The person you want to be with, you want them to want you as much as you want them.
Yeah.
And you want to be someone's first choice and someone to go like, you know what, I'm willing to, sack off. I honestly thought you were going to say suck off your grandpa to get to
Honestly,
but-
when you said suck off my grandma.
Right,
And
right?
I was like, where are you
I wouldn't put it
going?
past some people. I know some freaks, okay? I would not put it past.
Doesn't matter, Roger,
People,
over
if
here.
people are really, if a guy really likes you, he is going to go to the end
He's
of the
gonna
earth.
suck
Yeah.
off his grandma.
He will suck off his grandma to get you.
Yeah. He will do anything to see you.
But
And
it's just a matter of he doesn't like you, and
Yeah.
you gotta leave the situation.
I'll tell you what he's busy doing, going on other dates with other girls.
Exactly.
That
And
is what
so
he's...
You can, if you want, send a message, be like, and you don't. It doesn't have to be all crazy because if it's like not, haven't been dating him forever, or whatever. But you can send a message and just be like, "Yo, don't love how flaky you're being. I'm gonna like kind of remove myself from this situation."
But if he sent the message being like, yo, I'm really sorry, I can't see you because I'm really busy, isn't that enough? Or do you think...
yeah, it depends. If
I
you
think
want to
at
have
this
some
point hurt him.
hurt him.
No,
Go toxic.
So this is why this podcast works, because we got Phoebe. I'm married off. We got Phoebe, the jaded single person, and Ali's in like a new relationship.
I'm not jaded. I just don't believe.
You know
You
what's
just
good?
said hurt him.
I think my favorite line I ever heard to like be toxic, if someone's like, yeah, I'm just really busy, I'm like not really looking for a relationship, you come back and say like, oh yeah, I mean, you are not somebody I would ever get into a relationship with anyway. And then just leave it at that, and they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
That's
And
a good
then-
move. That's a
right?
good
Isn't
move.
it? And then you just peace.
I would.
Yeah,
I would
switch
just,
your route.
Yeah.
I'd send. Sorry, who's this?
Okay, yeah.
No, I think the better
Because they're
option.
too busy for you. I'm sorry, who's this? I don't remember. Does that not work?
Or
Okay,
send a message to him and go.
No, you know what? Saying I would never get into a relationship with you anyway. It just seems a bit like you want to pick something like quite specific about his personality or his appearance, and be like, oh, I never saw it that way because obviously you're weird or you've got something with
Or
you.
you don't make enough money.
Yeah, something just really quite dark. That would hurt. I don't condone this, and I don't think people should be toxic. If you actually want to hurt someone, that's how you do it.
You know, or send a message. Send a message to the person saying, "Oh, thank God, that ugly, boring fuck finally said he was too busy to see
That's
me."
what I was thinking.
That
And then-
looks so false. I
and
would
then
see through that in 1 millisecond.
Follow it up,
Oh,
going,
no.
"Oopsie."
No, I wouldn't go that, but I would say I like the idea of doing a fake text, pretending you go and be like, "Hey, he's out of the picture. I am good to go for Saturday." And then
No,
I know, you think that's too fake?
It's just so transparent. I would so see through that. If you've just messaged someone being like, yo, I'm really sorry, I can't see you anymore. And then like 2 hours later, you get this like long-winded message about, it's like, oh.
No, I think
would
just,
think
like-
you're a loser and obviously really into me if you've bothered to make up all this fake shit. Like, no way.
Okay.
no, I just think match the energy and fucking and be gone. And
Or double the energy. Like, take the energy that they're not giving you. You double it, give it back to them.
What do you mean?
So start turning up at his house, referring to him as your boyfriend, going to his mum's house,
Yeah,
with flowers.
okay,
That's
so
what
we
I would
think
do.
we know why Phoebe's single. I think just go fully, like, just have a little respect. My thing that I've always been really proud of myself, I don't slide back once, like, do not give somebody the option to tell you no twice. Do you know what I mean? Like, when someone is going no, I go, Kate, and I slowly, quietly walk away, and then I'm done. And I've had guys before be like, oh, I thought you were going to put up more of a, and I'm like, no.
No, yeah, I agree with that. That's good.
No.
Walk, and don't. I mean, we said this a lot on this podcast. Like, they're not thinking about you, so don't bother thinking about them. You just gotta keep going because they're not. They're not.
Facts.
If a guy's saying I'm busy, that he's not.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. You just gotta walk away from that one. Don't do crazy messaging. Don't do.
Yeah.
Don't do anything I would do.
Yeah, don't do anything. Obviously, that's like fake and insane.
And even if he's like, well, I still want to see you, like, no. If he wants to see you, he will set a time and a date. Especially really busy people often have to have really good control over the calendars. Like, I need to know I have stuff booked into my calendar for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? Like, and so I know if somebody wants to see me, they'll make a time and going, let me take you for dinner on this day, and like make a solid plan. If they're like, oh, but like in the future I want to see you. Yeah, in the future I want to walk on the moon. Cool. No thanks. I'm good.
fair. Okay, I think we've solved it. I think.
Are we solving all the world's problems?
I need Kate to solve my confidence problems here, I think. You need to take me aside and give me a little...
pep talk? Your hair looks great. You're doing great.
No,
You're
don't-
beautiful.
Don't lie,
You're
don't lie
beautiful.
to me. Just give me tips
You
on
are great.
how to Have some self-respect.
But this took me a very long time to like be able to set boundaries and have all this. And it took a lot of having men like walk all over me and put up with shit that it was not worth it. And then now in all this like hindsight, I can see like, oh, what I did was really fucked up and like what I allowed myself to get into.
I'm going to defend the men here, okay?
Finally, someone's defending me.
Finally. Because as someone who was single for a long time and went through a lot of dating bullshit,
Yeah.
I do feel like it is a perpetual cycle. And like there are a lot of psychopath, narcissist wankers out there, but a lot of people as well, especially when you're in like dating app world, it's like you get burnt, so you think it's okay to burn the next person.
Right, yeah.
And then you create this vicious cycle of like no one giving a shit or being willing to commit to anything.
Yeah.
You know, and that is a real, and only once
Yeah.
you're out of it, you're like, oh, that's just weird. Like, it's just, everyone's just so flaky with everyone.
It's not a
and, like,
men versus women thing. It's
No.
just a people thing.
It's a people thing,
I think
yeah.
people do that and people like have their guard up and everything. But I can say like, my boy, it was the most refreshing thing. We went on, like, we met online and then we had a very intense, like, talking. It sounds like we met in, like, a weird chat room or something, or Reddit. It was Bumble. It wasn't, like, anything, like...
We met on this Lord of the Rings forum. It was great.
And then, but, like, it was so refreshing. Like, right away, he made his intentions. If a man really likes you, or if a person really likes you, they're just going to go, I really fucking like you, and drop the bullshit. Were you like that with your wife? Like, were you just kind of like...
So I think I've been in such a vicious cycle of dating app nonsense. And then the pandemic hit, and then we met at the end of lockdown 1. So I kind of... it wasn't like straight away, but then within like a couple of dates, I was like, oh, I really want to keep seeing this person.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then I saw like every 3 days, which is like something I would never do.
Yeah.
With like traditional dating, I'd be like, okay, well, once a week, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like every 3 days, and then I was just like, yeah, all right, straight away. And then very quickly we moved in together and everything. So like it moved things when, as I said, the busy thing is bullshit, because when you really like someone, all of that's gone. Like that's just nonsense.
I mean, you can have a busy life and everything, but at the same time, someone can be really busy, but then the expectation is, okay, well then make a plan for the next, even if they can only see you once a week, then make that plan for next week. Make the plan for dinner, make the reservation, do
longer than a week is nonsense. That's what
with the guy I was seeing recently, like our timetables were all rubbish. Sometimes you just come around just to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. But at least he made the effort to come sleep.
Yeah, at least coming around. Yeah,
And
I mean,
he
I
did
don't
just
like
sleep. I would be like, okay, I'm tired. Good night.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like love that at the start, but it is refreshing to have people just be honest and like kind of drop their guards and be vulnerable. And I think I'm always about like, I would rather I'm such like, despite like, especially on stage, I'm like very, I don't know. Do I come across bitter on stage or very like aggressive? But I think I'm at heart, I'm a hopeless romantic, and I would rather look foolish and be the hopeless romantic, like kind, good person in a relationship who's giving it my all, because I'm like super loyal. And when I'm in a relationship, I'm like all for that person. That's it. And I'd rather be that person and made to look like a fucking mug than be the other way and be jaded and, you know, be a piece of shit and everything.
Fair enough. No, I agree. On that note, I think we'll end this episode of All I Do Is Fail.
It's too fun.
Thank you so much, Kate, for coming down.
Thanks.
Really appreciate it. Is there anything you want to plug? You got anything going on?
Yes, I have my Soho theater show of my Edinburgh show that I ran called Losing Myself on April 12th and 13th, and it's the story about how I lost.
So excited for
I'm
that.
so... Are you coming?
It's in my no. It's in my diary. I haven't bought tickets.
I will.
It's in my diary.
I'll try and come down to that, but I didn't see your show in Edinburgh, so
Yeah.
I really
excited.
want to see it. 12th is the day that I'm going, I
12th
think.
and 13th, yeah. So I'm super excited at Soho Theater, and then just like, you know, on the socials.
I'm there.
I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to do more TikToks. I'm trying to post more clips of my stand-up because I'm getting yelled at by everyone.
Yes.
So I'm doing it. Oh, and my own podcast I'm starting called
Good.
You've Changed. And
Which
so-
there will be loads of clips of, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll be putting up. I'm doing it for that.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. You can follow me at all good social media platforms. Thank you very much. I have a bit of an announcement coming next week.
Are you pregnant?
Again.
Yes.
And yeah, please follow me at Tom Elwes. I thank you for all of the love and the clip sharing that you've all been doing. I really, really appreciate it. We love you guys. Oh, and also you can subscribe to our Patreon at AIDIF Pod on Patreon if you want a bonus episode every week, every Tuesday. Ali Woods will be back next week. Phoebe, anything you want to say?
Just same old Vauxhall Comedy Club here every day of the week. We're selling out
pretty much
big,
every day.
every day.
Come
So
down on
book in
Tuesdays if you want to come hang with me and Ali. We're always there, and we won't charge you for our time. So there you go.
Not yet.
That's not true.
No, well, I mean, you buy a ticket to come see it, but we'll hang out with you and speak to you after the show. We won't charge you for that. Right, yeah. Thank you so much, guys. We love and appreciate you. Goodbye.